but someone gave us this website that's a vampire website.
I love how this website literally looks like it's from 1995. It might be, to be honest.
There's this guy. It's kind of like the Otherkin thing, right? Where this guy's got sort of like an attitude. So yeah, the site's super old school. You are right. And he's got this disclaimer page where he sort of says, because he's a little woke, he sort of said that one of the reasons he hasn't been posting on the site is because of the coronavirus. And he said, unfortunately, like vampires aren't immune to coronavirus. Vampirewebsite.net.
That's amazing.
Yeah, people. Check out vampirewebsite.net. He's got an FAQ, the whole thing. But he goes, that's the reason that he's very still into this stuff, but he's been locked up because of coronavirus, which doesn't really make sense for why he can't update his website. But he's been sort of depressed about corona, you know what I mean? He's got the blues.
Do you know that there's a fucking vampire-friendly bar very close to here?
No.
416 West 14th Street, second and fourth Thursdays of every month.
Stop it.
It's Das Bunker, NYC. It's a vampire.
And what do they do? A vampire?
I don't know. He just has a thing. He goes vampire-friendly bars all over.
Oh, so he's doing it like LGBTQ sort of like
they go
places
like,
that were
safe vampire places where
safe haven for vamps.
Yeah, like I guess they have coffins and like they close before the sun comes up and they're all dark friendly. I don't know. I have no idea.
It's very dark, yeah. They close before the sun comes up. Everybody does that. Yeah. And they don't open until it gets sundown, I guess, right?
Yeah.
But yeah.
You have to be invited. They'll invite you in.
They what?
They'll invite you in.
Oh, of course,
Come in. You go, thank you.
Okay, so the vampire is a little bit snarky, sort of like the Otherkin thing, where it was kind of like there's a lot of fake vampires out there, but
of course,
and you got to know how to spot a fake vampire. This is not for the fake ones. This is the real deal. There's a lot of can't believe it's not a vampire, but this is the real deal.
This guy's like mom walks in on his room. He's like, mother, with his cape. Mother, knock. He's got the cape on and the fake teeth. The fucking big, like the widow's peak or whatever.
Mother! I'm working on my vampire website. I'm working on my website. Yeah, so he's kind of it like bothers him that there's all these other people claiming they're vampires when they're not the real deal.
It's like fucking punk music, You see the nobody likes the posers.
Everyone hates the posers, right? He thinks that there's a lot of vampires out there posing. That's a big thing for him, right? And he goes, This website is not made for poser vamps or closed-minded people. So if you're closed-minded or a poser, which just seems like a closed-minded statement,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Or those who think that they are or claim to be a vampire because they think the spirit of a vampire entered them at some time, making them a vampire. We call these people posers because that's not how you become a vampire.
Yeah.
Back in my day, vampires used to get bit on the neck. You think the spirit of the vampires entered you? Hold on for a second while I chuckle. Give me a second while I finish. Yeah. Oh, I'm actually a vampire too. The spirit of the vampire. Oh, really? Give me a second because I just have to laugh myself to death. Just kidding. I can't die because I'm a real vampire.
Is the Count a vampire?
Yeah, Count.
Like from Sesame Street?
Yes.
Yeah, he is a vampire, right?
Yes. Count something Yula.
I can't remember.
I mean, that's the whole thing. It's Count Dracula, I think, probably.
Right.
But he counts.
I was about to call him Count Chocula. I'm like, oh, that's not him.
No, I think he's just called the Count, but that's why.
He's just the Count.
Dracula is from where it came from. Sesame Street, by the way, when they used to do like the songs, they actually used to make bangers.
Yeah.
And they used to hire like real, people.
Yeah, it'd be like Neil Young.
Yeah, it'd be like a guy from the Beatles and like, they hired the real deal.
Not
people.
Even Ringo. It would be like you get like fucking Paul McCartney.
I know. No, they didn't mess around back in those days, but they would call these people posers, which they are. They're lost and confused children. Mother!
No! Mother.
I'm just doing my fucking blog about posers. This site is not here for them in any way. So he's got a whole big paragraph on how don't read this if you're a poser.
Dude, honestly, I just love the visual of fucking like this kid. He's like won't get a job, lives in his mom's house, and like the mom's just fed up. So then she like comes into storms in his room and opens the curtains. Like to get out of bed. Thing is like the lights. Oh, it burns. She goes, cut the shit, okay?
You're getting a job. I
fucking
wish I
getting a
could.
job.
Yeah, I wish I could.
He goes, I wish I could, but nobody would hire me for night work.
Well, so-and-so's kid said they thought they were a vampire and they're working at Ted's Landscaping. Oh, yeah, that poser. He would do that.
Rich that he could be out in the light like that.
He would do that. So that actually makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
It's for real vampires, curious people, open-minded skeptics. The best compliment that you can give to this site is telling all your friends about it. That's what we're doing.
Vampirewebsite.net.
Telling all of our close friends on the Patreon about this.
Vampirewebsite.net.
Vampirewebsite.net. His theory. So this is he thinks that vampirism is a person who's had like a blood transmitted disease, and that's the next step in human evolution, which essentially makes you faster, stronger, and so he thinks essentially what happens is he's got a different type of blood than everyone else.
Yeah.
And I guess that's one of those things where like, why don't we test your blood? He's like, wish I could do that.
Yeah, you want to be a
too.
professional athlete?
Well, yeah.
It's like they play at night.
Well, he's not allowed to try. He's not allowed to even let them test his blood though, because he goes, I've got this
Then
other
it'll fall
blood.
into the wrong hands. Like, is that what it is?
Yes,
But I
that's
can't
what it is.
allow my blood to fall.
He basically, it's like being a vampire is kind of like having an STD is sort of the situation. You know what I mean? Like you get this different type of blood, and it's like kind of, you know, you go, oh, you mean like kind of like having HIV, and you go, what did you just say?
Excuse me?
How I know that I'm a vampire. So he has a whole, this is how I know. So he has two things, the FAQ and how I know. And basically it's like a first person account where he talks about being like a high priest of the vampires and all this sort of weird shit, right? And he has like a very much the, you know, real vampire poser attitude. In one part he goes, to put it in a relative point of view, I was a high priest at the age of 19. So really don't ever tell me you were a high priest or priestess in an attempt to impress me with your knowledge. Because this guy, you're right. I was a priest at 19.
Yeah.
And I didn't ask for this. I wasn't about, I do this.
He's so good, you know.
I do this.
Yeah. They promote you. It's the kid who got fucking 50 promotions.
We kept saying that all weekend when we were doing shots. We go, we do this. We had a pretty...
Yeah, I'm sure that didn't get old for the people surrounding you. Like, you guys are all getting loud and drunk and knocking everything over.
Oh, you
They're
guys
like,
don't know what it's like to drink. We do this.
We do this. And they go, yeah, we heard.
So he goes, he's been a high priestess forever, right? And then he's talking a lot about his powers and how people started increasingly asking him if he's a real vampire. And he goes, towards the end, he mentions that he hasn't seen his dad, which he was since he was 3. So his dad probably left because he was a vampire.
Yeah, he goes, like, what have I done?
Okay. So this is where then he talks about how he met some girl who's apparently an actual vampire. So he's kind of got a chick. So it's kind of like his diary too. So how to tell your parents. This was a good part that I liked. So this is part of his Q&A.
Do you think he like looks at his statistics or like his fucking analytics for the website and he goes, a new visitor?
He probably
Like he sees like it's just like 0 0 0 0 and then Ryan 1 0.
Yeah,
And then
me, you, Tony. Yeah.
It's just
If he's got like 3 or 4 people.
Oh, new visitor to the website.
He probably was gonna, he was gonna go hang out with his parents, and he's like, downstairs, and he has to cancel it because the site traffic. He has to get a new server because he actually, if you actually look at it, he never actually bought the package where you can have any guests on the site.
Yeah, no guests. There's no bandwidth allowed.
Yeah, he actually never bought any bandwidth. Not sure how to tell them. Not sure how they will react. Here's a few suggestions on how to break the news to them from real vampires who've actually done it, including myself many times. It gets easier every time. Before telling anyone that you're a real vampire, be sure that you actually are one. So it's always back to this. You know what I mean?
Those beatings are going to really hurt if you're not a real vampire. But if you are a real vampire, you can't be hurt.
If you start saying this around school, that's not. I definitely don't recommend telling everyone at school that you're a vampire until you know you actually are.
There will be beatings. The beatings will come. So
exactly, you're gonna be the guy walking around school telling everyone you're a vampire. There's gonna be problems. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He goes, but every second line always goes back to, and when you're a vampire, if you actually are one,
yeah, of course.
and you haven't just fallen susceptible to a thing referred to as being enabled. So someone's like, there's someone that's been enabling their vampire. I can't handle how much he fucking. You know what probably happens? This is like a guy. His younger brother says he's a vampire also, and all of this is like to his younger brother. Doesn't that seem like that?
And then, of course, then the younger brother's like, I'm a vampire too. Because he wants to be like your older brother.
And he's just like, and some fake vampires in the other room. And he keeps updating the site to his brother, the poser. These people are what's being referred to as enabled. Most people who believe they are a real vampire simply have a psychological problem.
I didn't say it.
Well, yeah, he agrees with it. He goes, yeah, these fucking freaks.
Freaks.
Make sure that you are not one of these people before you go around claiming that you're a vampire. So now, this was how to tell people you're a vampire. He was like, it's very hard to tell. And he's back, like everything he does is back to the poser vampire. Or his girl, like the girl that he likes, left him for some other vampire that's not a real vampire.
Because that's not even a real vampire.
So first of all, make sure you're not a fake vampire like Jonathan.
Who stole my girlfriend with his lies.
That's so funny. The other guy starts his vampire website, and he's used to have 2 traffic, and now the other guy has 2 traffic. Make sure that you're not one of these people. My advice, tell your closest, most open-minded friends that you're a real vampire first. Don't expect them to believe you at first, and do not try to make them believe you in any way. Keep in mind, the open-minded ones will most likely accept you for what you are. They may not believe that you're a real vampire at first, though if you are a real vampire, they will eventually realize that you're right.
I mean, can't you just do any of like the proof things?
Well, that's the thing. All of his proof things are just that he's stronger, I guess. So it's like they come over and he chops through wood or something. He goes, see? It's very like Napoleon Dynamite vibes. You know what I mean?
I know, because you go, can you do any of the things?
Yeah, and he's like, listen, okay, I don't want to do this.
I can't do it on command.
He kind of like bends a spoon or something, and they're all like, I can bend this.
Yeah,
and they go, no, you don't touch my spoon.
That's a fucking 4th spoon you've ruined. We get it. You can bend a spoon, so can we.
Not that crazy.
I keep having to bend them back, which I can do too, and I'm not a vampire.
Yeah. So, yeah, I guess he shows them his feats of strength. To go, what was the original things that he claims that he could do? He's not one of those confused, lost children. But he says it makes you faster, stronger. Yeah, so he shows them. He goes, that's exactly what it is. He goes, all right, stand there. He just runs.
Yeah, okay, let's race. And you lost again.
He doesn't even race them. He just runs himself. You know what I mean? And he goes pretty fast, though, right? Smarter.
Yeah, smarter.
So basically faster, smarter, and stronger. So eventually your friends will see that you're faster, stronger, smarter.
Yeah, how could they not?
Obviously. But that's exactly what it is. It's like, hey, want to see me run the 10-yard dash? And he runs and he goes, okay.
Pretty fast, right?
It's like when 6ix9ine was making all those running videos. So here's another Q&A. Do you draw blood? I didn't draw blood. He goes, I didn't draw blood at first, but I did get an overwhelming feeling. I still don't know how to describe it, but it was amazing. Since my teeth weren't sharp enough to break skin, so he drew blood from someone else, I sharpened them. Wow, that hurt. So this guy sharpened his teeth. Why would you have to sharpen them?
Oh my God, just thinking about that.
Yeah, I don't think you can do that. I don't think anyone could withstand the pain of fucking sharpening their own teeth without anesthesia.
I mean, you can if you got a fucking chip on your shoulder, because people keep saying you're not an actual vampire.
Yeah, but oh my God, do you think you could sharpen one of your teeth?
My teeth actually, honestly, are hurting right now just thinking about.
Me too.
Yeah. Just taking a fucking like file to my teeth.
Oh my God. Oof. And then after he sharpened his teeth, he was able to draw blood. Oh, come on. And I had an overwhelming sensation, somewhat erotic, but it was blissful more than anything else. Since then, I've kind of adopted the manner that looks of a familiar vampire. Spike, he says. So this is, oh God. He goes, if you get the feeling without getting blood, this is a feeling that you are not a real vampire. So,
you might be a vampire.
Yeah, this is. He goes, if you draw blood and it gives you this feeling, pretty good indication you're a vampire.
You might be a vampire.
If you start getting this feeling like, oh, you get that vampire feeling, that vampire feeling,
Got the
but you didn't draw
vampire.
blood. That's a phony feeling.
Poser.
That's a poser. So if you draw blood, but if you get the vampire feeling in your bones, but you haven't drawn blood from someone else or yourself, maybe he's just biting his hand and stuff like that.
a lot of hand biting.
Yeah. You definitely are not a real vampire. You were just getting a psychologically induced high from the thought of getting what you like. It's no different than the self-induced high that some people get from knowing that they could have gotten laid, but they turned it down. Then some other questions. They go, is it harder? Is pregnancy for a vampire easier or harder? And he says that if you're a vampire, you can still get pregnant.
Yeah, you can still get pregnant.
So those are the ones that I copied and pasted.
You can still get pregnant. Yeah, just in case you were wondering.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, your cum's fine.
So I don't know. Yeah, I guess if you turn into a vampire, though, the thoughts would be like, now that you're 10,000 years old, maybe you can't. But he says you're still good on the.
Well, you're not 10,000 years old. You're never gonna die.
That's true.
Because you go, I'm
They're
a
the same
vampire
age
now.
forever.
Yeah, you're same age forever. I go, I'm never gonna die.
They don't ever have pregnant vampires in the movie, though.
No, because they don't really reproduce. You can just make because you can only turn humans into vampires. Because I think if you're because if you're kind of try to have sex with a woman or whatever, I wonder how that works actually. Because you probably accidentally bite her and now she's a vampire.
He's probably having sex with the girl, and he goes.
And she goes.
I think that if he's having sex with the girl, she probably told her that she's a vampire. That's probably.
Well, that's how he got in there in the first place.
She's gonna fuck a vampire, dude.
She goes, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Anyways, anything to add to the vampire site?
Nope. Other than we're driving a lot of traffic. Numbers are through the roof. This guy's probably like, fuck, can't afford another server.
He is good. The truth is, if
My
he
hosting plan doesn't include this much traffic.
It would be the opposite. If he saw 40 people going to his site, he'd be like, it's a poser fest.
Yeah, poser fest. He goes, what is awry here?
If any of the Boyscast guys checked out the site, he'd probably be like, fuck,
Do you think he dress
poser alert?
I wonder how he dresses. Like, does he dress like an old school vampire, like from like the 1600s?
Didn't have any pictures, did he?
Like, does he have like a frill? No, he can't fucking open himself up for that kind of bullying.
He'd probably have a portrait of himself, but he's not in it.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah, it's a photo of him in a mirror, and it's just a phone, a floating phone. Honestly, if that actually existed, I'd be a little more...
The picture was just the floating phone, yeah.
But he doesn't even have it.
Fellas, this is the New Clips channel. Right now, we're at 3K. Hit us with a subscribe. Let's get those numbers up. Very much appreciated. Let's get to 5K at the very least. All right. Thank you. Peace.